If someone hates you for no reason, they don't even understand why they feel that way yet. They start misreading your neutral reactions, turning small moments into proof that something is wrong with you. So don't be misled by looking for the signs that clearly looks like hate, because in the beginning their behaviour won't look obvious. Let me guide you through specific behaviours people show when they dislike you, but don't even understand why. The first sign is when someone starts looking for reasons to explain why they don't like you, even though nothing really happened. When someone dislikes you for no reason, the feeling comes first. The explanation comes later. They feel something negative about you, but without proof, they start acting like a detective, searching for a crime that hasn't even happened. They feel a strong need to find evidence, just to justify their own dislike. So they begin thinking, I don't know, there's just something off about them. That's not a fact. But beginning of a story simply because they haven't caught you doing anything wrong yet. And once that story begins, they start watching you more closely. Not to understand you, but to catch you. They stay silent and observe you in groups, waiting for you to make a typo, misspeak, or tell a bad joke so they can finally feel right about hating you. Suddenly, even small normal things become proof in their eyes. Maybe you were having a conversation and glanced at your phone for 1 second. Now you're rude, disrespectful, or full of yourself. Or maybe you're naturally quiet and they start thinking you act suspicious, like you're hiding something or judging everyone in the room. None of these things actually mean anything, but to someone who already dislikes you, they become proof. So every tiny, meaningless detail is twisted to fit their story. That's how their unexplained hate slowly turns into a fake narrative about who you really are. The second behaviour, they get irritated around you. Sometimes there is no fight or argument between you and them, and yet you feel the tension is there the second you walk into the room. That's because when someone dislikes you internally, their body reacts before their logic does. Your presence alone triggers something in them, something they can't explain, so it leaks in subtle, uncomfortable ways. It can be that heavy sigh the moment you start speaking, or a quick eye roll when you share an idea in a group. Those reactions are too tiny for anyone else to notice. It looks like nothing's really happening, but that's what makes it so emotionally draining, because you are the only one who feels the cold in the air. Everyone else sees normal interactions, but you feel the micro tension that is so confusing and makes you doubt yourself, even though you didn't do anything wrong. When someone decides you are a problem, their nervous system begins to treat your presence like a threat. Even if you stay silent and your words have no way to trigger them, their mind is already building a story against you. Suddenly everything you do becomes a personal insult. It's not about your actions, it's about their internal reaction. To them, the simple way you breathe, sit, or check your phone feels like a direct attack because it fits the narrative they've already created. Once that unexplained irritation takes root, everything you do is labelled as too much, annoying, or off, even when you are just acting completely normal. The third behaviour, they look for validation from others. When someone dislikes you for no clear reason, they usually don't want to be the only one who feels that way, because if they are, it forces them to question themselves. So instead, they look for confirmation, something that turns their feeling into a fact. They start quietly wondering if other people see what they see. And that's when they begin planting small doubts in the minds of your mutual friends or co-workers. Not directly, but more subtly. That's why you should watch out for those strange moments when a friend casually says something like, "Hey, someone mentioned you seemed a bit distant the other day." Or, "Someone said it was a little rude when you checked your phone during that meeting." And suddenly you're confused because you don't even remember those moments as being bad. To you, it was just a normal Tuesday. But to them, it became proof. They take completely ordinary actions, like being quiet or glancing at your watch, and retell them to others as signs of your bad character. And before you know it, you realise a whole story has been quietly growing behind your back that you knew nothing about. But when they retell these tiny moments, it's not because the moment actually mattered. It's because they're hoping someone else will say, "Yeah, I noticed that too." When other people agree with them having negative feelings towards you, their unexplained dislike suddenly feels justified. The fourth behaviour, they feel weirdly satisfied the moment you make a mistake. When you mess up, most people just move on. But someone who already dislikes you, they've been waiting for that moment. To them, your mistake isn't random. It's confirmation, because it finally makes their unexplained hate feel like common sense. So they might be thinking, "You see, I knew it, that's why I don't like them." It's a moment of relief to them because they finally have the facts they needed to know about you. It's like everything suddenly clicks in their mind, even if it's based on something small or insignificant. You might have that one coworker or friend who usually gives you the silent treatment, but watch their face the next time you trip over a word or make a small error at work. You'll see a tiny, satisfied smirk. A reaction they try to hide, but it slips out for just a second. To everyone else, it's nothing, but to them, it's a victory. They've been constantly looking for a way to prove you aren't as good, as kind, or as capable as people think. And once they have it, don't be naive. thinking they will let that moment die quietly. No, they will store your failure like a weapon against you and bring it up weeks later. They hold on to it, replay it, and wait for the perfect moment to use it again. So next time when you make a mistake at work, they might say something like, "Well, let's hope this doesn't turn into another situation, like last time." Or if you check your phone once during that meeting at work, suddenly they might overgeneralize your behavior, saying, "Yeah, you're always on your phone," even though it was just one time. They turn a single moment into a pattern, because that's what supports the story they've already decided about you. So understand they don't want your mistake to be a one-time accident. They want it to be your permanent definition that you are a bad person. Even if you do 9 things right, they will only talk about the one thing you did wrong. Because they had nothing on you before, this one mistake is a treasure they will keep reheating, just to justify the hate they decided to feel a long time ago. And the more they repeat it, the more real it starts to sound, not just to others, but to themselves. And the last one, they use selective isolation. Since they have no reason to hate you for, they can't openly attack you without looking like an idiot. Instead, they try to isolate you, because isolating you is safer than confronting you. It doesn't expose them. They do this because they can't stand the idea of others having a positive opinion of you, and that would make their unexplained hate feel even more awkward and wrong. That's why, to protect their ego and make themselves feel better, they would try to cut you off before you can make a good impression on the group. So you might notice when you are in the group, the sudden temperature drop. They are loud and laughing with everyone else, but the second you speak, they are stone-faced. The shift is subtle, but consistent, and that's what makes it confusing. Others might not even notice what they are doing, but they do this because talking to you is actually painful for them. They don't know how to act around someone they hate for no reason, so they shut down to avoid their own discomfort. Or maybe in a meeting they turn their back to you, or stand in a way that blocks you from the conversation. By making you less visible, they don't have to face the person who triggers their unexplained negative feelings. It's their way of cutting out the trigger so that they don't have to deal with the tension. If they can reduce your presence, they don't have to deal with their reaction to you. If you recognize these signs, the most important thing to realize is that this isn't about you. You are simply a mirror reflecting their own insecurities, jealousy, or internal mess. You didn't create this reaction, you just exposed it. They are working hard to build a case against you because without your mistakes, their hate has nowhere to go. Without a story about you, their feelings don't make sense, and that's what they are trying to fix. So please don't waste your energy trying to win them over or being extra nice to change their mind. This is not how it works. You can't fix a problem that you didn't create. The more you try, the more you feed the dynamic they've already created. If you've ever felt this unexplained coldness from someone, let me know in the comments how you handled it. And if this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to Healthy Mind CEO for more videos on understanding people and yourself.